Hi guys, in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the mishaps I've had recently here that could happen to you as well, so maybe this video will help you and help prevent these from happening to you. Stick around for my story. Alright guys, so as of recently I've had a few things that have happened that will require me to take care of in the US. There's nothing I can do about it here in the Philippines. Now, I have mentioned it before, I'm going home at the end of May, beginning of June, and really it's a visit for family, to visit my family and things like that. It really wasn't intended for any type of trip to take care of a bunch of business needs, but there is a handful of things that I need to get done now, in particular since the latest turn of events here. So I'm going to go over what has happened, and this video might prevent it happening to you as well. So I'll start at the beginning here. Basically, I have always used Skype as a phone number because you can pay to get a US phone number. And for some time I was able to receive text messages, and I don't know what has happened as of lately, but the last 3-4 months I haven't been able to get any text messages. Now I was even able to get my bank codes and credit card codes and things like that. Now my current bank that I have, USAA, they don't have any problem with me having a Philippines phone number. And so I'm able to get my bank, like if they want to verify my identity, they send a text to my phone number here, no problem. So that bank has been really good to me. Now I tried to open up a Charles Schwab account when I was here, and they opened it up. Congratulations on opening a Charles Schwab account. And a couple days later, I called them up and they said they closed it down for I can't remember the exact term, but it was something like suspicious activity. My guess is they probably realized I was using a VPN, or I wasn't using a VPN. I can't even remember if I was or not, and figured out, well, he's probably not living overseas. So I will reattempt to open up a Charles Schwab account when I get back to the States, because the Charles Schwab account basically refunds all ATM fees, which is great. USAA refunds up to $10 per month, which is good, but it would be nice if 100% of them were refunded. Okay, so anyway, I came out to the Philippines more than 7 years ago now, and I only had one credit card, and that has sufficed. I've always used that to make hotel reservations, buy airplane tickets. And I like it because I would get 3% cash back, I would pay off the card, and I felt more secure using a credit card with purchases, easier to dispute than using your debit card through your bank. I don't like giving access to my bank, but the credit card is a little bit different, a little safer in my opinion. So I thought I had decent credit, but my credit had been on-time payments and good payment history, and so my credit has improved and gotten even much better. And so I figured, you know what, I'll open up a second credit card. Well, I opened up a second credit card, got approved, no problem, and I had it sent to, they wanted a home address, not a mailing address. So I put in my home address, which is my mom's address in the US, and I had put in a forwarding service with the US Postal Service, but what I forgot is they don't forward things like credit cards. They won't forward that, they will return that to sender. So they returned that to the sender, and I called up Capital One and I said, listen, this is my actual mailing address. I use a mail service. And they said, yeah, we can change the address, but we need verification of your identity and a phone number to text a code. Okay, so first they wanted me to send my driver's license. Well, my U.S. driver's license has since expired. So I couldn't use that. And I said, can I use my passport? And they wouldn't, for some reason, they wouldn't allow the passport, which I don't understand why, but they don't. And then they wanted the Skype or the phone number, and I gave them my Skype phone number. They couldn't verify the phone number with my name or anything, of course, because it's a online phone number. And then I actually even called back and I asked my friend if I could use his real U.S. phone number. Tried that. Nope, that didn't work because it's in his name. So then option number 3, I tried to open up an account with T-Mobile. I went online and I did this. And T-Mobile, I opened it up. I picked out the phone I wanted, the plan, the credit check, everything's good. And 0 due today. And you have to go to the payment screen. You still have to get a discount, and you have to put in your payment information. Well, they declined it. And I'm thinking, what the heck's going on? I have plenty of money in my bank account, and they won't. And there's nothing even due today. So I called up T-Mobile, and they said, well, it's a new account, so we require you to come into the office or into one of our stores in person to verify your identity. You can use a passport or something like that. Well, of course I can't do that because I'm here in the Philippines. So I have learned that these are some things that you should get done in the US or Australia or wherever you're from ahead of time. So before I used to recommend, hey, get a Skype number, or you could do Google Voice. Well, I no longer really recommend those methods because it's hit and miss. Sometimes they'll work, sometimes they won't work. So I'm sure I'll get in the comments a variety of different methods that people have used that work, and please comment below and let me know what has worked for you. You might help some of the other people here. So I'll start from the beginning. 1, you want a mail forwarding service. If you have a family member who's willing to do all that for you, then great. Most family members I know would get a bit tired of it. At least with the mail forwarding service, I pay $15 per month. They open the mail, scan it, I can review it, tell them to shred it, or if I need it, I can have it forwarded here. And I've gotten my mail here, credit cards, things like that, as quickly as 10 days. So, mail forwarding service, the one I recommend is in the link below. Second one is, again, I don't recommend Skype or Google Voice or any of those anymore. I would get just an inexpensive phone plan, one that works internationally if you have to call, or at least you can receive texts on to get your bank codes and things like that. So just choose, if you're in the US, I would recommend T-Mobile. For me, they have the military discount and they have a great international plan, so I would highly consider that plan. Now, when I go back to the US, basically on day 1 when I return, I'm going into a T-Mobile store, getting a phone, getting my US phone number, and taking care of this issue with my credit cards and any other service. I'll try to open up a Charles Schwab account. And the other thing is I will go and rent out a car. Now, the thing I had forgot to mention is actually Capital One locked me out of my account until I can verify my identity and have a regular phone number. So I'm basically locked out of my account. And many of you may know that if you want to rent out a car in the US, you have to have a major credit card. They don't take a bank debit card. And even if they did, you don't want them to freeze that big chunk out of your bank. It's much easier to do that with a credit card. So I'll take care of all these issues on day 1 after getting the US phone number, opening up the Charles Schwab account, unfreezing my account with Capital One, pick up a rental, and then I'm either going to look at 2 options. Now, my driver's license has expired, so I'm either going to see how easy it is to be able to renew it. Apparently, it's been expired for a while, so if I can renew it, great, I'll do that. If not, I won't even renew it. I'll just use my Philippines license to drive on while I'm there, and I won't renew the US license. But what I will do is get a state ID, because that is another thing that I have needed many times here. They want to verify identity, and they want something like a state ID or a driver's license. A lot of times they just don't want the US passport for some reason. So that is what I'll do. And some of these things, again, you can take care of ahead of time before you ever think of traveling or moving out to the Philippines. Make sure your license or state ID, whatever, has an expiration date as far out as possible. Same with your credit cards. Get yourself a real phone number. I don't recommend these VoIP or whatever they're called, online phone numbers anymore. I used to. No longer do I do that. And also a mail forwarding service. Now there are links to a few of those down below, but yeah, hopefully these mistakes that I've made, you won't make them. You can take care of this ahead of time in the States. Basically, what you want to do is really maintain the illusion that you haven't left your home country and that you're still residing there, and maybe you're just on vacation here, even though you're living overseas. You can do that through a mail forwarding service, a regular phone number. Get a VPN. The one I recommend is in the links below. All these things you want to do to just, again, maintain the look that you were actually physically still living in the US, and maybe you're just traveling. That's the goal. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions, things that you use that work well. Let me know, again, in the comments. I'd love to read those, and maybe others can use that information as well. Check out my accompanying website, geointhephilippines.com. There is a free PDF file on the front page there that you can download for free or print for traveling or moving out to the Philippines, kind of a preparation list. And also, you can book a consultation if you have further questions and need more help. Check out my Geo Travel Essentials for all the things I highly recommend for living or traveling out here. And check out the articles, a lot of information and a lot of things that maybe you can get your questions answered on just in my articles. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.